Hello, class. I wanted to give you all a quick. I want to make this as quick as possible video on assignments. So I want to go back to the syllabus because I think that there's some things that are not aligned technically within my course because I've changed things around and I do apologize so that you may see different dates. If you look at the syllabus, this is your end all for everything. So as you can see right here, a sample assignment is due on October 7th. So this sample assignment links to what you're going to turn in later, which is your assignment assessment, aligned with learning goals. So pretty much what you're turning in for this sample assignment, since this is the next thing that's due, is you're turning in something that's going to be for credit. You're not going to get it graded, but if you look in here, you'll get feedback on it. If you look in here and you see where it says assignment assessment aligned with learning, uh, this is it's the first part of this. And I think that in the ways in which the assignments are actually written, it may cause a little confusion in terms of like the titles, because it says sample assignment here instead of assignment assessment. Maybe that might throw some folks off. So let me actually help you all see that in a moment. So with this assignment, which I'll show you right now, it's going to require the first part is going to require that you pretty much turn in an assessment that's kind of outlines what you would like folks to do. So as you can see, even within this assignment is an example, but I'll give you another one so you can see what I'm really getting at here. So let's say for your teaching philosophy assignment, if you look at this, and I think I highlighted this before, but you never know what's clear or not. This is what you're going to be turning in. You're going to be turning a statement, a paragraph, a longer kind of articulation of what you would want students to do. Now, how you're going to be assessed on this articulation of the assignment is you're going to be assessed based off of this rubric here. You see, like is it clear? Does it have a goal? Blah blah blah. All those kinds of things. So if you want to, when you're doing your sample assignment, if you want to kind of do it in a way that links to how you're going to be assessed, you want to use this rubric. So that's one thing. So the other part is when you look at, let me move this out of the way. When you look at this, it says assignment with learning objective and rubric. You're not going to have to turn in a rubric for the one that you're turning in this week. There's not a rubric that's required, the sample assignment. But I would encourage you to try to just put together something and throw it together to actually turn it in, because if you think about it, the assignment itself, for me, I always think about an assignment and a rubric going hand in hand, so that what you turn in would actually look like this. It'll have articulation of what you want the students to do, and then some kind of means of how you are, going to evaluate what they're doing. So hopefully that makes sense. So that's the first thing. So remember, the sample assignment is due. You can actually just turn that into the Dropbox that's here. When you click on, you can ignore all the dates in the Dropboxes and just kind of go with what dates are corresponding to the syllabus. Let's see here. So you go here. Okay, so that's this one. So when you turn it in sample assignment, you can turn it in right here. You can see right here, I'm going to actually work backwards, I guess, the lesson plan. If you look at the lesson plan, I actually open in a new tab. Oops, let's see here. Lesson plan. Let me open this in a new tab. As you can see, the lesson plan is not due until the final class. So you see right here, it says the lesson plan, not due to the final class. The sample philosophy, you've already turned that in way up here. Oops. On September 9th. I'm going to try to get you feedback before, well, this is actually something really to talk about right now, before the end of October, so that then you'd have November to do it and turn it back in. Well, mid-October. But what I would like you to do first with the sample philosophy is you receive feedback from your colleagues, or I guess I would say your peers. I would prefer that you incorporate the feedback and then let me know when you're ready, and then I'll look at it and give you feedback. And then I'll give that to you in enough time for you to turn in your final. So we've talked about this one. We've talked about the lesson plan. We talked about the philosophy, which connects to this. The micro teaching is something that I would like to talk to you all about in person, but pretty much you're going to videotape yourself teaching at a computer or teaching in real life, and you are going to be doing the micro teaching in a way that is displaying your classroom presence, I guess I would say virtual presence, your approach and your interactiveness, your preparation, organization, and your effectiveness. And this is something in which you are going to be posting. And I won't get into the details into it right now, or rather it to be live and you all to ask me questions. And another encouragement is when we're in class and I ask questions about assignments, I would really be helpful for me for you all to ask, because it's kind of hard to know what you to not know what you know and what makes sense and what doesn't, without you all letting me know. So this is going to be the micro teaching feedback form, and if you develop a presentation, so that's how you're going to be evaluated. But if you look right here, this is the assignment, and it kind of shows you what you're going to be doing. Well-established feedback, blah blah blah. All of this in here. It's going to be only 10 minutes. You know, and we'll talk about this a little bit more. We have a good while before this is due. So we talked about the assignment, assessment. The sample ones due next week. The lesson plans due at the end of the semester. The statement of teaching philosophy rubric. I'm sorry, just teaching philosophy that's already been done. And then the micro teaching right here. We talked about that. And then the case study. I will remind you all. I said this before in a previous video. This case study can be done in your group or a group, or individually. We'd just like to know ahead of time. In fact, it's set up for you all to do it in your groups, right now, to kind of work with the groups that you're in and attack it together. But if one of you would like to, say, hey, I would like to do it alone, that's fine. Um, or if you would like to really mix things up and go across, work with someone else or whatever, that's fine as well. But I just want the structure to be, not to you not to be too bound, but to actually give you an opportunity to have a greater success at achieving the goals for the assignment, versus just putting an unnecessary barrier there. Um, so when you turn it in, one paper is due with everyone's name on it, and that's fine. So the groups will be no more than a group of four, of course, because your groups are groups of four. So that's it. Hopefully that all makes sense, folks. I don't, I want to, I'm not sure what else. So as you can see in the syllabus, I'll go over it for you one more time. Teaching philosophy was due. Learning goal worksheets was due already. The sample assignment was due. Now all of these things that were due already, the teaching philosophy, learning goals, and the sample assignment, are all preludes to what's due a little later. So I guess pretty much everything except for the case study, response paper, and the micro teaching, um, and we'll talk about the lesson plan a little later, even more. You see this date right here? This is due at the end. You can pay that, no mind that the date says that. I'll try to change it. So let me see if I need to highlight a little bit of information with this really quickly, because I don't think I did it thorough enough. I'll show you a sample lesson plan, and actually I can just show you a lesson plan right now with this video, since I'm still doing it. So as you can see from this lesson plan, oops, I'm not gonna do that well. This assignment is asking you to do something like this. You're pretty much gonna have a lesson plan for one day of what you're teaching. This is a lesson plan I wrote for a class I taught. You have your learning goals, you have your materials, you have your what you're doing to prepare, and then you have the sequence, what you're doing, what time you're doing it, etc. That's what you're going to turn at the end of the semester. You're going to think critically about what are the outcomes and all those good things for that day, what materials you're going to need, but then actually how you're going to carry these out. And this gives you a little bit more information as to how you're going to be graded on this side. So that's the lesson plan. So now I feel really good. I feel like I've covered everything. was going to cover this in class a little later, but I figured I can do it in class as well. So that is it, folks. Let me actually get this video out of here. And that's 10 minutes. I didn't want it to be any more than 10 minutes. So that's about 10 minutes and 10 seconds. And feel free to email me any questions about any of these things. And just know that this stuff is due according to when it says it's due on the syllabus. Okay? Not any other dates that you may have seen. So, all right. Have a good one. Bye-bye. See here.